The Story of Passover from the PJ Library Interactive Family Haggadah. For additional Passover resources to enhance your Seder, please visit pjlibrary.org/Passover. During the Seder, we tell the Passover story, how we became slaves in Egypt, what it was like for us there, and then how we were liberated. The following 4 verses from the Torah tell the basic story, but there is a lot for us to describe, ask, and explain. On Passover, we encourage everyone to talk about this story. The more, the better. Our ancestors wandered from Mesopotamia. They traveled down to Egypt to live there, with just a few people. There, they became a great nation with many, many people. The Egyptians were harsh to us and made us suffer and forced us to work very hard. The Torah tells that the Egyptians took children away from their parents. Moses, who led the Jews to freedom, was saved when he was a baby because his mother hid him in a basket that floated down the river. Pharaoh, the ruler of Egypt, forced the slaves to build cities and pyramids, and even make the bricks for building. Is it cruel to make someone work hard? What kinds of hard work are good for us, and what kinds are cruel? We called out to God, whom our ancestors had prayed to. God heard our voice and saw our pain, our struggle, and our suffering. What do you think the Jews said when they called out to God? Did they feel sad or angry, frightened or hopeful? God took us out of Egypt with a strong hand and an outstretched arm, with great power and with signs and wonders. Did someone ever reach out with their arms or their words to help you when you needed help? How did you feel before they helped you? How did you feel afterward? What were those powerful signs and wonders? We begged Pharaoh, the ruler of Egypt, to let us go free. But Pharaoh's heart was as hard as stone. To change Pharaoh's heart, God sent 10 messages. Each message was a plague, something frightening or bad that could make Pharaoh understand that what he was doing was wrong. These 10 plagues scared the Egyptians. Some of the plagues ruined things that Egyptians prayed to, like the Nile River and the sun. Some made them sick, like sores, or spoiled their food, like locusts that ate up the plants in the fields. After each plague, Pharaoh thought about letting the Jews go free, but he always changed his mind. Finally, God sent the 10th and worst plague. The eldest son in every Egyptian family got sick and died. At last, Pharaoh said, "Enough! Let the Jews go." Quick! Pharaoh always changes his mind about letting us go free. We have to hurry. The morning bread we are baking can't rise any longer. Throw the dough in a sack on your back. The sun will bake it into matzah. We have to run. We are rushing away from Egypt toward the Sinai Desert. We come to the Sea of Reeds. On the other side is freedom. Look! Pharaoh has changed his mind again. His soldiers are chasing after us, coming to drag us back to slavery. How can we get to the other side of the sea before they catch us? But then a miracle happens. God sends a strong wind to push up the sea on both sides. We rush across between the walls of water. Just in time, we make it to the other side. The walls of water crash back down, trapping the Egyptians. For a moment, everything is quiet. Then we burst into song. We are free at last.